Wailing from the Zombie Star, and for about a solid month all we've been doing is playing Elden Ring. The Zombie Star YouTube channel is flooded with Elden Ring content that I'm going to continue to upload because that game is just amazing. If you're into Elden Ring, check out some of the content that we've posted. But we also managed to kind of pull ourselves away from the game for a bit and get into some comic books. I am way behind on comics because of Elden Ring. But this is what we've been reading, and some really good issues that have probably been out for a while, but some things that I want to talk about in This Week in Comics. Terry Moore's Serial from Abstract Comics. As behind as we are, we got issues 8, we got issues 9, and ending with issue number 10. Issue 10 kind of brings an arc to a close for Serial. Not really sure, as there is a clear continuation, but really excited to see where this comic is going to go from here. So for 10 issues, we've been following main character Zoe, young and seemingly innocent little girl that is dead set on vengeance. As the title suggests, there is a lot of killing in Serial, and definitely on the mature side, as the comic is pretty graphic. I have described Serial as a kind of like cat and mouse and cat kind of chase, since you have cops chasing killers and killers chasing killers. What makes Serial so unique is its main character, Zoe, who is seemingly innocent looking, a very young girl who's willing to commit absolute horrific acts of violence and murder in the name of avenging her dead friend. I really love pencil sketch kind of art, and this book being absolutely colorless is, I think, really appropriate for the material, as it really builds that dreary and kind of morbid world of Serial, and is kind of lifeless and void of anything vibrant, which I think is really appropriate for some of the characters and definitely the story that it's telling. As I mentioned, issues 8 through 10 are what some of the things that we have read this week, and this is just a really cool book for anyone who loves murder mysteries or just kind of maniacal type of serial killing type of stories. But the covers are in color, and really do love what Tyler Moore is doing here with Serial. That is 9. These are out of order. I believe this is issue number 8. The art style is the same in the book, except it does not include any color. And this is the last issue that we read, issue number 10. This was really awesome. Two Moons from Image Comics. I have spoken about several issues of Two Moon, and really does hold a special place for me as probably one of my favorite comic books from Image Comics. But I say that a lot about several titles from Image Comics. But it being a really dramatic play and loose telling of the events during and after the American Civil War, and of course early America's expansion west and its effect on the indigenous and Native Americans of the time period. Two Moons tells the story of Virgil Morris, or Two Moons, a Pawnee that serves in the Union Army during the Civil War. As Virgil grows, he learns about his shamanic past and begins to experience supernatural occurrences as he finds himself between two realities, a spiritual and evil realm that is actually pouring over and adding to already aggressive conflict in the human realm between the natives and the early Americans. The narrative and plot is really one of the strongest elements of Two Moons, as I really love how it just adds in that horror and terror of this supernatural realm. It kind of throws that spin on a historical take of probably one of the darkest periods in American history. Aside from having a great plot and some really good characters, the visuals are just another example of why this is a really well-rounded title. And one of my favorite titles from Image Comics, as it brings you the world of this time period to life with some amazing character models, authentic looks to the Native Americans and the early Americans and their lifestyles, and beautiful panoramics of this world. Two Moons, we have caught up to, this is the cover for issue 8. Again, so much Elden Ring going on. We have been just so behind. This is issue number 9, and these covers are just a beautiful example of what they do inside the comic, and just giving again that authenticity, I feel, really to the look of this time period. And the artwork inside is similar as well. And of course, this is certainly going to be a horror comic. Really has some strong horror elements, and the artwork really draws that out pretty well. Alright, this is Two Moons 8, 9, and 10. We also caught up with Star Wars The High Republic issue 14 and 15. I gotta say, this title continues to really surprise me, and is a really sincere and just great addition to the Star Wars universe. Still telling a story through and exploring a very early period in Star Wars lore, well before anything that we know from the core films or any current Star Wars story arcs. High Republic follows a very early band of Jedis, including young Jedi Keith Trennis, Master Jedi Avar Kriss, Master Skier, and Sarek and Tarek, as they find themselves in these later issues in a very deadly war with a very dangerous threat, the Nil, or Nile. I don't know how you guys pronounce that. For any Star Wars fan, the High Republic is still a really great addition, expansion to the Star Wars universe, exploring this early period, and including really engaging and really memorable heroes and villains that we'd come to expect with anything Star Wars. Artistically, it does exactly what a Star Wars title should do, and looks like what a Star Wars title should look like, showcasing some really great character models and species and races that we've never seen before in any core film, or just barely getting to know in any Disney Plus extension. This time period is brought to life beautifully on these pages and really is worthy of any live action translation, and I for one really hope that it would be translated into some kind of show or film, because bringing these visuals off the panel to a screen would be something to really enjoy. Star Wars issue number 14. This is our cover. We're getting some bad light here, and we are caught up to issue number 15, and this is just a really beautiful drawing of three of some of the main characters. These later issues are really packed with a bunch of characters. They really are kind of putting in a lot of work and really giving us a sincere world and a really expansive world in Star Wars, the High Republic. This is going to continue. A lot of fun to read. For Star Wars fans, it's absolutely a must. It's really great. And this is what we have for this week in comics. We have been reading quite a bit while not playing Elden Ring. We are going to continue also finishing up our endgame of The Last of Us Part 2 as soon as I can put down Elden Ring. And if you're watching any of that, you just know that I just die over and over again. I'm waiting for Zombie Star. Don't forget to visit us at zombiestar.com. And this is what we've been reading this week in comics. Let me know what you guys have been reading, or if you guys are just playing Elden Ring like I am. Alright, see you next time.